Live from Los Angeles. Welcome back to Good Morning Lala. And it's all about disrupting this industry and the media and technology right now. So we have Anthony Disrupt Delgado and Punch in the house. You guys make millionaires, and it's all through media and technology, right?
That's what it sounded like.
So tell us a little bit how we're disrupting.
Well, I love what you said. We make millionaires. I think both of us in our respective lanes and genres kind of have that golden touch. I have been a software developer, serial entrepreneur, online marketer for the last 10 years. And every single time I've interacted with a company, they've gone from literally 0 to 7 and 8 figure companies. And Punch has done the same thing in his respective lanes. And I've been an entrepreneur for the last 10 years. And then when Hurricane Maria struck the island of Puerto Rico, I found a problem that was bigger than myself. Money and success and fame and notoriety and material things, those are all great. But if you don't have personal fulfillment, if you're not giving back, what is it all worth? So we went down to Puerto Rico. We gave away 300 solar panel lights, food, water supplies. We actually teamed up with the director of World Star Hip Hop, and we formed a nonprofit called Powerful Puerto Rico. And we began distributing lights to people that didn't have power. The hurricane that hit Puerto Rico was the biggest blackout in American history. And we took it upon ourselves to not wait for FEMA or the Red Cross or Trump or some sort of savior. And it was just a bunch of entrepreneurs who band together and went down to make a positive impact. Wow. And then when I went door to door and I looked at what the real problems were, the problems were economic. It wasn't that the people who were upper class were fine. They had really strong houses that really weren't affected by the hurricane. If there was damage to their home, they could repair it. If there was a power outage, they could pay for a backup generator. It was the people that were not doing well financially before the crisis that then this big bad hurricane comes and knocks your house down. And so I realized that the real key to fixing that problem is entrepreneurship. The first question that I had when I went to Puerto Rico was, is there Wi-Fi? Because if there's Wi-Fi, I know that I can create a business. I know that I can do commerce all around the world. So we started an entrepreneurial movement, which is called Disrupt. And we're on a mission to use technology, innovation, and entrepreneurship to help rebuild communities from the ground up.
So important.
So Punch, how are you involved in this? And what's your expertise? You mentioned you have a golden touch in your life.
Yes, well, I'm a celebrity DJ. I'm from out of New York. I've DJed for tons of rappers. We went from literally 0 to platinum. We've had multiple of my artists have hit Billboard. We've had success. I've had the number 4 record in the country. I've had the number 12 record in the country, just supporting it from my team aspect. I've even gotten a chance to DJ for 50 Cent. I've been partners with him on the digital side for years. And when Anthony and I partnered up, it was just more about, I have a high level of wisdom in the music business. Our biggest issue for our culture is that they don't really want to listen because they don't really connect to the teachers. So now that I'm a lot more in the simplistic manner, cooler on the ground level, they're a lot more receptive to what I got to say. So now that when we partnered up, we had came up with the Brooklyn Business Bootcamp. And now we're going to team up and we're going to cultivate what his company normally does, which is just disrupt and cause change. And then now we're going to add my wisdom, my cool factor, and now we're going to just start pushing out a lot of information to everybody that want to become young entrepreneurs, be in the business of music, be in the business of giving back, just doing more. And now it's in the school formula, so it's going to be in curriculum and courses. Everything's going to be available.
We really are in the era of the entrepreneur.
100%.
Which is good and bad, because a lot of people fail, and a lot of dreams, broken dreams and things also.
100%.
But I'm firm believer in collaboration is the key. So how are you teaching them to be an entrepreneur and thrive? Because it's not easy to be an entrepreneur. They have to build a team and collaborate.
Well, I think, Punch hit it right on the head. Being cool is a big part of the problem. So in Puerto Rico, for example, highest percentage of college-educated people. Everyone's going to college, but they have that 9-to-5 mentality because entrepreneurship isn't necessarily cool. I have a lot of friends that I grew up with that they didn't get involved in tech, they didn't get involved in entrepreneurship because it wasn't cool. And I want to show that tech, that startups, that entrepreneurship, starting your own company, being a businessman, those things are cool. Those things are to be not only respected, but admired.
Yeah, information is definitely a trend now. It just wasn't cool, and it wasn't the thing before to be informed. It was like, oh, I don't care. Now it's so trendy to be like, oh, I was looking at CNN earlier today. Oh, I checked out the internet earlier today, and this is the news that I heard. It's a lot more acceptable for the younger demographic year in, year out to be more informed. And that's something that I wanted to celebrate. And because I have I do millions and millions of impressions every week on social media, but now I just want to utilize all of my presence and my impact for the culture and now drive them back to learning so that it passes the likes and views on Instagram and Facebook, and now we can actually get down to the business of investment and longevity in their life, their career, and just mindset overall.
Thank you.
Yeah. So what's the biggest pivot right now? Because we were talking about that yesterday as entrepreneurs. I was actually talking to my son. I'm like, we're constantly pivoting as entrepreneurs. Like pivot. But I guess it's better than being bored in a cubicle, right?
Correct.
So like, what's the new pivot? What's the new disrupt right now?
Well, I think one of the things is like realizing that there's a business behind every passion. A lot of people who grow up and they're young, they have an art, right? Whether that art is music, whether it's singing, dancing, whatever that is, they have an art and they're an artist. But a lot of times artists don't make money. You've heard the term the starving artist, right? And what we want to teach people is that there needs to be a business behind your artistic sense. And I'm going to use two people from the music industry to make that example. The first one is will.i.am. So will.i.am, huge artist, his career was blowing up, and then Napster came out. And when Napster came out, his new album got leaked, and it was leaked all over the internet. And then what happened was that he met the founder of Napster, and the founder of Napster said, you need to focus on branding. You're not gonna make money selling CDs anymore. He went to Dr. Pepper, made a multi-million-dollar deal for only 30 seconds of one of his songs as a jingle. That jingle went on to go viral on all these different commercials. Then when he did sell his album, it went multi-platinum. He went on to do the same deal with Target. And again, he was selling small pieces of his songs to Target, making way more money than he ever would have done selling CDs. The second artist that I want to give an example of is Kanye West. So Kanye West, super hyper successful artist, goes on tour, is very successful in music, but now he's pivoted into fashion, and he has this multi-billion-dollar sneaker brand. He was recently on the cover of Forbes magazine for that multi-billion-dollar sneaker brand. Now that's a business. It's still art, it's artistic, but he had to build a sustainable business model in order to be successful and build longevity in his
So
finances.
please tell everyone where they can get involved with your events and find and follow your journeys.
So me and Punch, if you want to learn about our new project, you can go to brooklynbusinessbootcamp.com. And me and Punch are actually going to be speaking in Puerto Rico on October 25th. And if you want to learn more about that, go to disruptweek.com.
Love it.
Fantastic.
Thank
Great
you
work,
so
you
much.
guys.
So much.
Stay
Thank you,
tuned
guys.
after Mark.
Love
Good
it.
Morning
Thank you for
Wildlands.
having me.